Alright, this is part 4, setting powder application. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go in with the loose setting powder. And this is where I am going to change up not the product but the application tool, because this one's too small for me. It's just too small. She's just too small for me. Personally, is just too small. Okay? So, we're going to change her up to the much larger powder puff. Gonna change her up to the much larger powder puff. Okay? But what I'm gonna do with her that is too small for me is I am going to take the product that is on the too small of a powder puff and apply it to the smaller areas of my face. And it only gives, honestly, one application. One bloody application. So I'm just going to take the larger puff. I'm going to shake the product into the larger puff, or I'm going to do that and then wipe it out. Either way it works. Either way it works, okay? And I'm going to take the much larger puff and apply the same product, therefore pressing it into my skin with a much larger puff. And you can see that the application and placement of the product is, as a matter of fact, even smoother than with the puff that comes with it. So this is the size difference, and you're seeing on this side of the screen the previous set with this to the current set with this powder puff. It's just much smoother. Much smoother. So all I'm going to do to get the rest of the product out is just kind of tap it into the cover and open it up. And that tapped out way too much there. Way too much product there. Take the much larger puff, okay, and I'm going to dip the much larger puff into the product, hoping that it doesn't spill, and continue to set and press into the rest of my skin the Fenty Beauty loose setting powder. And this I like and appreciate much better. Absolutely like this and appreciate this one much better than the one that comes with it. So whoever you are, A+. A+ on tool. A+ on tool. A+ on the tool. Perfect. 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 A+ on the tool. Alright, so I'm just going to, in order to store this, I'm just going to end up folding it like so, and I'm going to keep it with how I keep my brushes right in there. That's that. Okay, now I am going to be going in. So what am I going to be doing with this one now? I'm just going to throw it in the garbage, because I have 11 more in this to be able to use. I'm good. 11 more. So, I'm going to go in with the Fenty Beauty Bronzer. And I am going to go in with this, and this is in Beijing Gal 05, the Sunstalker Bronzer. Line has expanded since then, but it's the same one that I'm using. So I'm going to go in and I am going to bronze out my hairline. And bronze out my cheekbones. Bronze out my chin. Okay. And then just kind of cover my ears with the bronzer in order to bring it into evenness. Okay? And that is this product right here, the Fenty Beauty Bronzer in Beijing Gal 05, and this is from the Sunstalker line. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I am going to set the blush and I am going to set the concealer again with the bronzer to this. So we're going to go in and set the concealer first. We just pressed the concealer in with the loose setting powder. We pressed it in. Now I'm going to use the same brush as I did with the bronzer to set the bronzer. I pressed the concealer in with the loose setting powder in order to prevent the concealer from creasing. So now I'm setting the concealer with the bronzer. And I'm just doing that under the eye because I don't want to add too much depth of deep shades to the rest of my face. I just want the deeper shade underneath my eye. That's it. Okay? And now I'm going to take the blush and I'm going to set the liquid blush with the powder blush. Okay, and that product that I just went in with is this. This is the Viva Color Blush and Bronzer Duo, and this is in shade 03 Desert. 03 Desert. Okay, so you're seeing the blush, right? As a matter of fact, I'm coming back with a part 5 with this one. It's already at 9 minutes, so I'm coming back with a part 5, and it might be the only featured product in this segment. Hold on, we'll be right back.